but it's still a romantic show. Yeah. Oh, hello. We were like in the middle of a conversation. I was like, oh, there's a whole bunch of people in the room. Wow, a miracle. It's going to take a miracle. I grew up with that, by the way. That was my mom. It's going to take a miracle. It's going to take a miracle. It's going to take a miracle. Yeah. This, if you just want to know why I'm doing this, it's just that this doesn't work for me anymore. And that's why I'm loving the idea of exploring miracles. Because when I was a kid, it would be like going to Santa or doing anything, or God especially, be like, oh, I hope, I hope, I hope, I wish, I wish, I wish. And then as we grow and evolve, then we realize how much power, I realize how much power I had all the time. That little boy who sat by the tree, and I really want to apologize for us being a little underdecorated this year. But I'm just, no, we're kind of blasé about everything. But I just thought that little boy who just knew, that little boy who sat in the dark with the lights on the tree, he knew what was really happening. And then he listened to a few people along the way, and then he didn't know, or he didn't think he knew again. So we had to relearn, reboot ourselves, as it were. Oh, yeah, look how close they were. So I was saying that it's going to take a miracle, but no, it's not. It's going to take you and me deciding that we are a miracle and that our life is a miracle, period. Thank you very much. Thank you. No way, baby. just a revving up. Oh, I was kind of in a lullaby, but I'm bringing you guys all out of that sleep mode there. Let me tell you about Einstein, who's been my main man lately. He said, everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Poof. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It's not philosophy, it's physics. Yeah. This is such a grand time to go from this place of wow to this place that there physics, because everyone thinks they have to know that. When I was talking to Rev Rita, and I said, people always say, I'll believe it when I see it. That's a lie. You've seen plenty, and you still don't believe it. They go, I've got the proof. I've got the proof. It's right here. And you're like, yeah, Bruce Lipton, Dr. Joe, they know. And then you go, anyway, my life, I have to go back to, and I'm thinking, no, that's not true. It's seeing. It's believing is seeing. Because I know for a fact that until I believed it, I never saw anything. I never saw a thing. So he goes on, and goes on to say, I love Bruce Lipton, because this week, Tuesday, which seems like 100 years ago, has time been going like that for you? Yeah. It's like, you're looking at yesterday and you're going, oh yeah, wow, that was yesterday? Because it really feels like 100 years ago. And so we were watching the Bruce Lipton video, and I know we mentioned this 50 trillion cells a lot, but I really wanted to get beyond talking about it or seeing it and really feeling what that means. What does that really mean? And I broke it down, and I was telling Rita about it, and she goes, wow, you make it so, what was the word? Common or whatever. And I said, I can't come up here and talk like a physicist if I'm not one. I'm a metaphysician. That's what I am. And I actually like that one better because it works in the unseen. So here's the deal. 50 trillion cells, so I'm just breaking it down. So we were in this 2-hour Bruce Lipton marathon on Tuesday for the Quantum U. It's a little project that we've been doing the classes. And you're also invited to see a workshop that he did and Greg did. And it just changed my life on Tuesday night in a way. I really allowed it to sink in, and it showed the cell. But it showed it moving, and I had always seen it just, the picture of it is like, yeah, wow, you got 50 trillion cells, and anyway, and you're going, let me get back to my problems, because I don't really care about the 50 trillion cells, but I saw it moving. And it was building communities. And I'm really emotional with this, because this is really a moment in time. It's moving around in a community that's one cell, in a community, communicating with one another, building up the community so that we can have one main purpose. 50 trillion cells only have one main purpose, and that is Patrick's well-being and all of yours as well. But my 50 trillion aren't going, oh, Gabriella, here's some of my cells. You can have them. They're working for you too. You got 50 trillion. So that wasn't enough to take your breath away. So I'm like thinking, well, what does that mean? As Bruce would say. He would say, so what, 50 trillion cells? But I was like, really think about it for a minute, that as I'm standing there and you're sitting there, that 50 trillion cells are busy at work for your well-being. If that's not a miracle, and not only a miracle, but it's a walking miracle. So, I mean, I don't want to there's other things to do, parties to go to. I don't want to be focused on 50 trillion cells. It kind of creeps you out after a while because you're like, wow, what's going on? But the miracle of our design, we were designed and we are designed in a way that nothing is impossible. Then it wasn't enough, right? My breath's taken away. Then he gets into every cell has 1.4 volts of electricity, light, as he's talking about. So that's not very much, right? So I say to myself, what does that matter? And I'm going to tell you. I'll tell you why it matters. Because you times that by 50 trillion, and I'm such a mathematician that I looked it up, 50 trillion cells, that equals 700 trillion volts of electricity that is running through our bodies as I speak. Can you give it up for yourselves? That was for yourselves, not for the cells, but give it up for the cells. And you know I always add humor and light into everything I do, but I'm really at the center of my being, realizing that's just a little bit of what we are. And it's a community and a government that's working through and sending signals to the cells. Patrick needs this. Boom. Patrick needs that. Oh, wait, heart coherence, let's go. Patrick needs, stomachache, Patrick needs, get in. 50 trillion. Now, it gets better. It gets so better that I'm just dry. So then we have a government, and as we all know in government, they're not always the best. No, not always. Sometimes it's a good government, and sometimes it's not so good. Sometimes there's corruption, and sometimes there's good things happening. That's what the government of our body is also doing. And I'm thinking, we can light up a city with who we are individually. What the hell would we do if we collectively lit up? If we lit up together, if we came together and said, let's work as a community. We do here, but we got to explode it out into the world. Well, let's not explode. But I did say if I let off all 700 trillion cells right now, I activated them, I might explode. Because that's a lot of voltage coming through my body at this moment. But I've got about half of that going right now. So I was thinking that so you can light up a city, we use the power, and that's what we call the frequency for healing. That's the good news of this. Now, if I'm saying you're a loser and things are never going to get any better, the cells, even though they are intelligent, because it's infinite intelligent, they will be worn down. They will be worn down because they can't take you constantly battering them with negativity. I mean, and I'm going, oh, of course, well, we are the commander. What I realize, I'm the commander-in-chief of my life. And that's why I'm a miracle. I mean, I swear to you, I would retire today if we could all understand that. Because nothing else would be necessary if we understood that we have the power to ignite these cells, these communities. And then we go away from that, and I'm standing here in a bigger community. A community that is in the cosmos, the community that has the power to change things. The power to not fall into the trap of that's just the way things are, or things are never going to get better. And every cell's going, oh God, if they just got it, that we could be a community together. And what happens is, and then you say, why do you get sick? Why do we get dis-ease? It's because we have sent the message, the signal into ourselves of disharmony. And our mission for me is to send in harmony. Just like you would a little boy or little girl, little child. You're not going to sit back there with that new child and say, man, you got a long road ahead of you. You would say, welcome. There's a whole new life for you, kiddo. And you can make a difference. And you can make a difference. We are the commander-in-chief of our thoughts, and that's the thing. Our thoughts are feelings, right? And our beliefs. And so I'm thinking to myself, why is it, and I said that to Rita today, if I am this incredible being, which I believe I am, if I've got all of this, a whole army of wonderful love army on my side, why would I ever go against me? Ever. I would be spending most of my time trying to give all of that away because I'll always have more. So it's not good enough to just go, God is all there is, I'm all, it's not good enough, as you well know. It's not good enough. It's good enough to believe it. And so the question I ask myself today, and I ask, what will it take for us to believe it 100%? And you think, why does it have to be 100%? Well, it has to be 100% because, that's the totality of who we are. Einstein says, stay away from negative people. They have a problem for every solution. Stay away from negative people. Now, and when I first read that, I just want to go into this negativity for just a moment. It's not that your problems are, you're negative, that person's negative, stay away, I'm only positive. But no, what that means is not to be quiet anymore. Not to just, if you're having something, I want to get it very clear, I have to do it every once in a while. If you're going through something and you have a lot of pain going on, or you're in the hospital, I'm there for you, to sit with you, and to hold you and be the foundation when you cannot. But I am not here ever to support that you are not the most magnificent being in the world. And just because you have not turned on your light today, doesn't mean the light's not there. We turn off all the lights right now, that doesn't mean we lost electricity in our lives. It just means go turn on the switch. And sometimes when you're in the dark, you can't see the switch. You can't feel the switch. That's why I can go, it's right here. Boom. And that's what we're here to do, right? But everybody says they want steps. What are you going to do? Give me steps for self-love. Give me steps. Steps. Give me proof. I'll give you your steps. And I've done it before, but I'll do it again until we all get it. If I stood here right now, I'm going to give you 5. I'm going to give you 5. The first step is if I sat here or stood here and embraced the idea and recognized that every single thing I'm looking at, every single thing I am feeling, every single thing, including the 100-year carpet that's underneath my feet, that's all good. That's all God. That's all power. It's all energy. It's everything. There's not everything seen and unseen, but it's not good enough to just do that and then move on. Because we have a step 2 that says we're a part of that, but I can't be a part of that until I recognize it fully. This is our spiritual mind treatment. What does that mean to recognize it? And then once you just really land in it and you vibrate at that frequency, it's so quiet. It's so loving. It's so intimate. And then step 2 is to unite. But what would I be uniting with? I already am. I am this breathing recognition of the power that has always been, and that's who I am. Oh, you could stay there forever, couldn't you? What else is there? But then we live in a material world, so there's material things that I like, and there's experiences I like. And I'm a firm believer that what I want mostly is experience. Yeah, I want the stuff, but I want to experience it. So I'm back here, and then all of a sudden I get out in the world, and I'm going, oh yeah, but what about, go back, man. Get back in the cocoon, get back into bed with spirit, man, because that's who you are. And by that power is where I can say, I want to experience wealth. I want to experience health. And then when doubt comes in, I go back into one. Because I can't heal anything in my body until I believe it, I know it. And then all of a sudden, you make that declaration. And it's not a declaration of, I wish this. I know who I am, and this is what I want to experience. This is what I choose to experience. I know who I am, I know who I am, I know who I am, and it's wonderful. I can have anything. Oh, let me be an example of that. And then always you slip into gratitude. That's the fourth step that you need. Well, gratitude for what? Oh, I'm going back to one again. I'm grateful for that especially. But what I'm grateful for is the demonstration that's in the unseen world that is now arriving right here. Perfect relationship, whatever it is. And then you have to say, whoa. Oh, I deserve that. Why? Go back to one. Go back to one. You deserve it because you are it. Ernest Holmes, the founder of Science of Mind, says, become the very thing that you desire. Desire in the Latin word means birth. That's all we're doing. We're becoming one, impregnating, getting the seed going, and wow, there it is. Thank you, thank you. And then here goes the magic step for all of you people who love your steps. Here it is. Get out of the way. Why isn't it coming? I don't know, because you look like a roadblock. I'm everything. I have the power. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I already thank you because it's already here. I always say thank you when I get a gift. Where is it? I want my rent. I want my home. Where is it? Let's go back to one. That's what I always know. We had a Christmas miracle, and I don't mind sharing it because I can, and you can't stop me now. I mean, Leslie and Angela have been looking for a home, them and half the island. They were looking for a home, right? Found your miracle home, got that happening, and we kept trading. And we didn't go, that God thing, here it is again. And so I think when we get out of the way, and then they're moving on the 1st of January. So that was it. And why is that? That's not a miracle. That was a direct command to the universe from us. And all that was left is to say, yeah, I am worthy to receive you. As our Master Jesus, so I am worthy to receive you. Only say the word, and I shall be healed. I only say the word. Only say the word, and believe it, and have authority. These steps that I just took us through, if you don't have authority over your miracles after that, then I guess I won't retire. I'm going to give a homework assignment. Never have done that. Don't worry. I can just say, but I'm so busy. Busy. Everybody's busy. You're not busy. You're full. But here it is of it. Now, live. I heard this, that someone said, it's my wife's birthday, and we celebrate all week. And then he stopped and he said, you know what? I actually live a happy birthday lifestyle. And so I'm inviting you to have a happy birthday lifestyle where every day is an incredible miracle. Roxanne Dunlap, a Facebook friend, she said, I had said that we had a tree in our bedroom. And as a kid, I used to always think, just between us and everybody online, as a kid, I saw something where somebody had a Christmas tree in their bedroom. And I was this little boy, and I'm thinking, wow, they must be rich. And I equated a Christmas tree in your bedroom as being rich. You know, silly old kids. And guess what? So I wrote on there, we put a Christmas tree in our bedroom. And I took a picture of it. If anybody knows me, everything goes to Facebook, so if you're ever around me, be aware. Because you will be on Facebook. No, Timmery knows, she goes, don't let him near the camera. But she wrote to me and she said, dreams don't seem to have an expiration date. Wow. Dreams don't have an expiration date. We give it one. So this is my knowing for you, not my wish, my knowing for you. That whatever desire, whatever dreams, whatever they are that are coming up within you, they have no expiration date. And that miracle is always waiting to have itself come through you as you. Take the steps. Utilize the steps. And my biggest step is I love you. I love you. And I'm not afraid to say so. Namaste. Namaste.